So we'll start. Okay, so we'll start. We can't wait for longer time. Let me paste one more time. People who have newly joined can complete the quiz. Okay, so in the last few classes we have started with the third module, that is SQL, and we were almost at the end verge of completing the SQL part. So let me go very fast. So what is SQL? We have seen in that what is DDL, what is DML. We have seen what is view definition. We have seen what is the data control language, and we have seen what is transaction control language. Then we have seen what is data types. So we have seen about number, character, varchar, date, long, and raw long. And we have seen what is number, and we have seen what is character, what is varchar, what is date and long, and we can see what is how the images or clipping or videos can be stored, and what is the syntax for a create table we have seen, and we have seen what are the constraints available with respect to SQL, that is not null, unique, primary key, foreign key, chuck, and default. This we have seen, and we have seen about a default, and we have seen about the operators in SQL, that is arithmetic operator, relational operator, and a logical operator, and we have seen about the data modifications in SQL. Then insert statement. So in the insert statement, we have seen about two types of, two formats of insert, that is insert into table, and we can see insert into student values. These things we can see. We have seen already, and we have seen about one more format of insert where we were using, we want to give values at the key, with the help of keyboard at a runtime, then we use this particular insert syntax. This is how the select star from and select star from students will be displaying. This is what the student table is. Then we have seen about the queries, that is a select command. So in this select command, we can see select star from student, where we select all the values whatever there in the student, and we select rows less than or equal to 102. That is select star from student, where row number is less than or equal to 102. Select column names, column. This is what we have done here, selecting a complete table. First one, complete table. Second one, rows which are less than 102. And this is columns. How many columns? Only 2 columns. This all columns will be selected whichever there in the student. This will select only 2 columns. And we have seen about a count. Total number of records. And we have seen about arithmetic operator, that is marks plus 20. Then if I want to remove the duplicates, then we use eliminating the duplicate or redundant values. We have seen this one, removing the particular thing. Then condition based on the range, that is between. So here select roll number name from student, where roll number between 100 and 103. The condition based on the list, we can see select star from student, where city in Bangalore. So that's what here we can see in this particular list, what is Bangalore, what is Delhi, and what is Chennai. The student who are there in these places we want. In that case, you can use in your query in. And the same way, I want to match. I want to match more number of strings, then we can go for a percentage. If I want to map only one, then we use a underscore. Order by, I want to sort them either in ascending or descending order. Anyway, either for any column, for the name column, for USN number or anything, then we give a order by. So then select star from student, order by city. So here what we have done, based on the city, either it will be ordered as descending or ascending. So then group by class. So here in this case, you can see this is a syntax used for group by class. Select column, how many columns you want, you can select. Then aggregate function, then group by based on the column. Group by, one example here, group by the city, we want to make groups based on the city, like how we are making the groups by your project. So in the same way, having clause, so what is this having clause? Along with the group thing, we are making it as a having. The having clause is used in combination with the group by clause. It can be used in a select statement to filter the records that a group by returns. that is select column 1, column 2 so much, aggregate function from table where it predicts group by column 1, column 2, etc. having condition so much. Then select sum as total marks, department number from student, group by department, having sum. Based on this having clause. What is a clause? The sum of the marks should be greater than 1000. Those details we want. That's what having clause we have done. So the same way we have seen about mathematical function, string function, data and time function. So we have seen these things in the earlier classes. Then we have seen about a substring also. Then we have seen about a delete. So I want to delete one particular student who left the college, one particular complete row of the student. Then we use a delete command. I want to update. Now I was not knowing your phone numbers. I left blank. Now I want to update your phone numbers. Then we can use a command called as a update. And what is the syntax? We have to remember about a syntax. Update student set marks equal to marks plus 10. Then increase marks of all the students by 100. So then update command, update student set marks equal to marks plus 20, city equals to Mangalore, where city not in Delhi and Mysore. That's what here these in earlier update we have updated only one. Here we are updating two columns. One is marks as well as a city. And we have seen how to create a view. So view is similar like table, but table physically exists, view does not physically exist, it is a virtual table. So how to create a view? So same as create a view, table view name, same way how we are giving table name, here also we have to give a view name as select. So what we want to select from a student table, I don't want to select all values, I just want only roll number, name and class of a particular student. That's how we can create for a view. And how to see what is there in the view? So we have same way how we are using for a table, same way select from select star from student. That's what here we can do. The above command creates a virtual table named fifth sem student that has 3 attributes as mentioned, and all the rows under as in the student as select roll number, name, class from student, where city not equal to Delhi. Then select star from student. That's what here we can do with the create view command. So in the same way, create view command, the main difference between a table and view is that table is a repository of a table. The table resides physically in the table. View is not a part of the database physically represent. It is created on a table or any other view. It is pre-compiled so that data retrieval becomes faster and also provides a secure accessibility mechanism. That's what here create view table will be doing. So then the same way, alter table. What is the alter table? I want to add a column into the table or delete a column into the table. Then we add a column or we delete a column. So alter table, table name, add column name, data type. So that's what here we can add a extra column. So how we are adding alter table student, add address and varchar. That's what here select star from student. Here we are adding a address. So this is blank here. If I want to add some values into this, we use a update. So the same way I want to, now I have created the address, I want to delete this. So then what I am doing, then I am deleting a thing that is a drop. Alter table, table name, drop column, column name. Alter table student, drop column address. So drop table, I want to completely drop the table, then we use a drop complete table. So then we have seen about a referential integrity options, restrict, cascade, set null or a set default for a particular thing. In case if I delete a primary key table, and how about the foreign key? That's what here we use with the referential integrity constraints. Then we have seen about one small database, how this is working. That is relational database, company database, in that we have employee, department, department location, project, works on and dependent. What are the data in that particular company database? This is what the data. And we have started with a simple SQL queries. So this is what here I want to know what is a name of birth date and the address of a John B. Smith. So then that's what here select birth date address from employee, where first name equals to John, and Mint is equal to B and last name equal to Smith. So that's what here, this is what a simple query will be doing. So in the same way, here also retrieve the names and address of all the employees who work for the research department. That's what here, select first name, last name, address from employee department where D name equal to research and department number equals to department number. Here what we have done, we have taken a two tables, that is a employee and a department, and we start combining, that is D name equal to research and D number equals to D number. And in the same way, select project number, department number, last name, birth date and address from project, department, employee where department number equals to department and manager social security number equals to social security number and P location is equal to Stanford. So that's what here this particular works. In the same way, I want to give a rename or give us some other name, then we use something called as a alias. So we will see what is the star and distinct also will be done. So the same way, employee from instead of writing complete table something like this, employee dot last name, department dot D name, instead of writing like this, can we make it a small? Yes, we can make it. That's what is called as alias. So you can see here, instead of writing employee dot first name, we can just write E. So what is this E represents is, it represents our employee table other name, alias. That's what here you can see we have named employee two copies, one is E and one is S. Then select E dot first name, E dot last name, S dot first name, S dot last name from employee E and S where E dot super SSN equal to S dot SSN. That's what alias will be doing. Alias as keyword. Select E dot first name, E dot first name, E dot last name, S dot first name, S dot last name from employee as E, employees as S. So that's what here we can see as keyword. In the same way, we can sometimes we may not use a where class. If I don't use a where class, what happens? It not only the values what is required will be taken, but all will be taken. That's what here select SSN from the employee. All SSNs will be selected from the employee table. Then select SSN and D name from employee and department. It is extremely important while specifying any selection and join condition in the where clause. Otherwise, incorrect and very large relation may be resulted. So in this case, star, what does the star represent? Star says that complete table you take it from department equals to 5. In the same way, select star from employee department where D name equal to research and department number equals to department number. That's what here star is. Then what is the work of distinct? Distinct is used to remove the duplicates. That's what here you can see the salary is there. In this case, if there are 5 people who is having 30,000, all 5 values will come. Instead of having all 5 values, if you give distinct, only one value will come. That is what the work of distinct. Then we have seen in the relational algebra what is set operation, that is union, minus and intersection. So how this union, minus and intersection can be also used in the SQL operator. So how we can use? So that's what here select P name from project, department, employee where we are matching the 2 columns from department number equal to department number and manager SSN equal to SSN and last name equal to Smith. Then union, select P name, project name from project, works on employee where project number equals to project number and ESSN equals to SSN and name equal to Smith. That's what a union will be doing, combining these 2 things. So we have seen about the nested queries. What is a nested queries? One within one more. That is what is called as a nested queries. In this example, you can see the green color one is a inner query and the red color one is a outer query. First, the inner query will be executed. After that, outer query will be executed. So then we have seen about some properties of a nested queries. Then we have seen about a correlated nested queries. Same way, this we can write like this. This is an inner query, this is outer query. Instead of writing so much, we can write just using a select from clause. The same query what was in the last slide was also same as this. Even it will fetch this the same result. So we can even use a contain clause. So we want to know whether a project in the particular department, these projects are there. If there are the project, whether that particular employee name, first name, last names are there from the employee table. So then we have seen about the exists function. So select first name, last name from employee where exist. So whether the particular is exist or not. Select star from dependent where SSN equal to SSN and first name equals to dependent name. That's what a exist function is been done. So select first name, last name from employee where not exist. Not exist means not function. Yes or no. So in that case, if we may use yes or we may say not no. So in the same way here, not exist. It should not be there. Those values we want. That something like that. In the same way, we can use a set, that is numerator. What is a numerator? I want those project employee social security number who are working for project 1, 2 and 3. That's what here, this what we have done combined. Then this is what is called as a numerator or a set. Then we can use a null in a SQL queries. Select first name, last name from employee where super SSN is in null. That's what here this will be done. Retrieve the names of all employees who do not have a supervisor. Select first name, last name from employee where super SSN is null. So then join relational feature. So then theta join, natural join, left outer join, right outer join and the cross join. So then the same thing what we have done is select first name, employee first name, employee last name, then social security number of employee first and last from an employee table where super SSN is equal to SSN. Can be written as something like this. So select first name, last name from the employee table and supervisor first name and the last name where this same thing can be written using the left outer join. In the same way, one query can be written in different ways. So what are the different ways? You can see here in this case, the first name, last name and address from the employee and department table data we want. Along with that, how we are combining, we want those department names where they are from research and department number equals to department. Either I can write this query like this or I can write like this where join is used, or I can use a natural join. The same query can be written in 3 different ways. And the join query, so what just now we have seen, the joining query where project and department has joined based on what condition? Based on D number and based on the manager social security number. These particular bracket we call it as a join function. And in where clause we are saying the location should be Stanford. So then we have started with the aggregate function. What is the aggregate function? So the aggregate function is select maximum salary, minimum salary, average salary from the employee. That is what is the aggregate function. So count sum, max, min and average. Select maximum salary, minimum salary, average salary from the employee. This is what the aggregate function is. So along with the aggregate function, we can even use a conditions. Select maximum salary, minimum salary, average salary from the employee from department table where department number equals to department and D name equals to research. So that's what here aggregate function and the max function will be done. So in the same way, aggregate function select count star from employee. So what is this count star? Will be done same way. I want to count how many people are, what is the strength of BMSIT college, how many employees are working. Then we can use a count function. From which table? From BMSIT employee table. So like that, even I want to know, I don't want complete how many employees are working in BMSIT. I just want how many people are working for MCA department. That's what here count. I want to know MCA department. What is that? Department research. So that's what here aggregate function. So then we move on to a subqueries. Subqueries is what? Query within one more query is called as a subquery. Using a subqueries to solve a problem, we want to know who has a salary greater than John's. I want to know whose salaries are greater than John's salary. Then how to write that? So that's what here some syntax for writing the subqueries. Select list from table where expression and the operator select list from the table. The subquery inner query executes once before the main query, or the result of the subquery is used by the main query, outer query. That's what is subquery will be doing. So in the same way, a subquery is a select statement that is embedded in the clause of another select statement. So you can build powerful statement out of simple one by using the subqueries. They can be very useful when you need to select rows from the table with the condition that depends on the data in the data itself. You can place the subqueries in the number of SQL classes where we were using so many. We have seen also that is, first one is a where clause and another one is using a having clause, another one was a from clause. So in this syntax, what we can do, the operator includes a comparison operator such as greater than, equal to, or in. So note, the comparison operator falls in two classes, that is a single row operator and a multiple row operator. What is single row operator? We'll see them. The subquery is often referred to as a nested, even the subquery is also called as a nested select or subselect or inner select statement. That subquery generally executes first and its output is used to complete the query condition for the main or outer query. That is what is a subquery will be doing. So then using a subquery. So let us take one small example and see how we can do a subqueries. So now I want to know the salaries of the particular employee who is having greater than this one. I want all those names. That's what here, select employee name from which table, from employee table, where salary, a particular salary of that particular employee should be greater than this one. So this one, what is this color is a inner or a subquery. So what we are selecting in this, we are selecting a salary column, and which rows will be selected from the employee where employee number is this one. We want the salary, only salary part of this employee. That should be, and those other details, other employee names whose salary is greater than this number should be displayed. So that's what here we can see here. King, Fraud, Scott, all these are greater than this salary. That's what here it will be displayed. In the inner query determines the salary of the employee is 7566. The outer query takes the result of inner query and uses this result to display all the employees who earn more than this amount. So that's what is using a subquery. So guidelines for using a subqueries, how should we use? What are the guidelines we are using? Enclose subqueries in the parenthesis. Place subqueries on the right side of the comparison operator. Do not add an order by clause to the subquery. Then use a single row operator with single row subqueries. Use multiple row operator with the multiple row subqueries. That's what here guidelines for using the subqueries. So let us see what are the types of subqueries. Single row subquery, multiple row subqueries, multiple column subqueries. Single row subquery. So here what we are doing in this subquery, clerk is being fetched and that is being passed here, and that is what the main query is. Then subquery, in this multiple rows I want to fetch. What I want both clerk as well as a manager. So then this is what multiple row subquery. So in the same way, multiple column subqueries, these two was, this one was a single row, this was a multiple rows. Now not only rows, I want even columns also. Then we can say I want clerk salary, clerk manager salary, or some numbers, the social security numbers may be like that. So I want these two columns also. Then we use a types of subqueries. So types of subqueries, single row subquery, multiple row subqueries, multiple column subqueries. In single, we are just fetching something like clerk. In a multiple, we use a clerk and a manager. In a multiple column, we use a clerk, manager, that is 79007698. So that's what types of a subqueries. What is a single row subquery? Return only one row. Use a single row comparison operator, that is equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to. That is what a single row subqueries will be doing. So then single row subqueries, a single row subqueries is one that returns one row from the inner select statement. This type of subquery uses a single row operator. The slide gives a list of single row operator, that is display the employees whose job titles is same as the employee 76. So we want to know whose job titles, maybe something like I want to know how many people are working as a clerk in the BMSIT college, or how many people are working as a first division clerk or second division clerk. Like that we want to know. That's what here this query, what it will do is it will display all the employees and their job title. That's what here we can see all the employees and the jobs. So select employee and the job from employee name, where job equals to select a job from employee, where employee equals to 7369. Means what particular employee number is 763. Should be matched. That particular job is what? Clerk. That clerk, who are all the clerks in the employee, those will be displayed here in the outer query. This is inner query. Inner query, what it will do? It will just select a clerk. What is the outer query? Will select employee name and the job. That's what here the outer query will be doing. That was a single. Now I want to do it for a multiple. That is what? Select employee name job from employee, where job equals to clerk and salary is greater than this one. So what we are doing, you can see 7876, select salary from employee, where employee number equals to 7876. So this salary, whoever is having greater than having a greater than this salary should be fetched. Along with that particular number, means the designation clerk should be fetched. So these two should be matched, and I want those particular person names and his designation, that is a job. So that's what here you can see, Miller and a clerk. This is what the employee name, this is what the designation. So in the same way, we use a group, using a group function in a subquery. Select employee name, job and salary from the employee table, where salary equal to select minimum salary, select minimum salary from employee. So that's what you can see, employee name, job and the salary. So select employee name, job and salary from the employee, where salary is equal to this much. That's what using a group function we are using the subqueries. Next one is having clause. So we have just seen a having clause with respect to a simple query, but now we will see having clause with respect to subqueries. So the Oracle server executes subqueries first. The Oracle server returns results into the having clause of the main query. Select department number, that is minimum salary, from employee, group by department number, having minimum salary, that is greater than min salary, from employee, where department number equals to 200. That's what here we do with the having clause. What did we do? In the having clause, we are saying that what is a minimum salary of that particular person, and we want that department number, minimum salary, from where? From employee. Group them by the department number, having minimum salary. That's what here having clause with the subqueries. So then having clause with the subqueries, we can use subqueries not only in the where clause but also in the having clause. The Oracle server executes the subqueries and the results are written in the having clause. So now I want to know the SQL statement on the slide displays all the departments having the minimum salary. So you can see the departments, how many departments? Let us assume that 10, 9, 30 are the department number. In department number 10, what is the minimum salary they are taking? 1300. In the same way, what department number is 30 and the minimum salary is 950. So that's what here the department and minimum salary will be taken. Find the job with the lowest average salary. Select job, average salary from employee, group by job, having average salary equals to select minimum average salary from employee, group by job. So that's what here having clause with the subqueries. So what first we are selecting? We are selecting a minimum. So minimum salary as well as first we are fetching average, then from the average we are selecting the minimum from the employee table based on their group. So then it should be in the employee what we want, department number, then that's what here the job and the average salary will be fetched. Next we move on multiple row subqueries. Multiple means many number of queries. So to return more than one query, we use a multiple row comparison operator. That is, we may use a in. That's what we have seen in initial simple query. We want a student who are there in Delhi, who are there in Chennai, and who are there in some other state. So based on that, here same way here even in a subquery we use a in. So what is the meaning of the in? Equal to any member in the list. That is what is the meaning is. Then any, what is the any? Compare value to each value returned by the subquery. That is what any. Then what is all? Compare values to every value returned from the subquery. That is what all is. Multiple row subquery. So when we are using multiple, then we use these operator in, any, and all. So multiple row subqueries that return more than one row are called multiple row subqueries. You use a multiple row operator instead of a single row operator with the multiple row subqueries. The multiple row operator accepts one or more values. That is, select employee name, salary, department from employee, where salary in. So this is what the minimum salary we are fetching from this inner query. From minimum salary, after I fetch that, I want to know what is the name, what is the salary, and for which department that particular employee is working. So here what we have done, so we are selecting the multiple rows. So in the same way, one more example, find the employees who earn the same salary as the minimum salary of the dependents. So the inner query is executed first. So what it is producing? So we are saying whether it contains these three, that is 800, 950, and 13. That's what here we have just seen in. Same way here we want to know whether the salary is within this, within 800 or 950 or 1300. From that employee, we want the name, salary, and the department. So we can write a multiple row queries like this also. So using any operator. Just now we have seen about the in. Now let us see about the any operator. What is this any operator is doing? So I want to know, I want to fetch those employees who are either having any of these, either 950 or 800 or 1100 or 1300. So select employee number, name, job from employee where salary is greater than any. Select salary from employee where job equals to clerk and job is not equal to clerk. So that's what here, these are the things which we will fetch, that is employee number, name, and a job. So in that case, we have 7654. This is an employee number. What is an employee name? What is a salary? He is a salesman. So like this, whoever all there, all the salesmen will be fetched. So in the same way, now let us see all. We have seen about in, we have seen about any. Now let us see about all. So what is this all will be doing? So all, I want all. So whoever are there, I want completely everyone. So something like I want all third semester students. So that's what here. So that in that case, what we use, using all operator in multiple row subqueries. Select employee number, name, job from employee table. From which table? From employee table. What columns we want? We want a employee number, employee name, and a job. From which table? From employee table, where we are giving some condition. What condition we are giving? The salary should be greater than all these. So again, in all, what we are giving? Average salary from employee group by department number. That's what here we can see. That is what using all operator in multiple row subqueries. That's what here, employee number, employee name, and a job. So that's what here this will be using a all operator. Same way we can even write like this. So where write a query to display the employee name and hire data for all employees in the same department as Blake, excluding Blake. So if we write the query, we should get this output. Similarly, So you can try these queries also, how this should be done. Same way, some more queries, and I expect this answer to be written. So the same way, this is a question and this is a resultant, but I want you people to write a query. So the same way, this is the query and I want you people to write something like this. So these are some of your assignments, what you can write. So these are the other two more things which we are writing. So by this, we end with your module 3. Module 3 is been done. So just overviewing, what did we cover today? We have started with simple queries. We have started with simple SQL queries. Then we have seen how we can do a query with this one table, how we can do the query with the two tables, and how the join is being used. We can use a one single join or two join. That's what here two joins will be done. So then the same way, alias, star, and distinct. Then alias is what? Other name. So here we have given a E and S, means the copy of the employee is being given as E and S. In the same way, aliasing can also be used in any SQL query, that is a as. So we can use a as. So that's what here, select first name, employee's first name, employee's last name, as well as security supervisor's first name and last name from the employee table, and we are renaming or giving other name as E, employee table as a E, or again we are renaming for a S. S is the supervisor employee table. Similarly, if we don't use a where clause, so if I don't use a where clause, completely all values will be displayed. So the same way, this was only for single table where we are just fetching a value from the table. If I want to fetch from a two tables, then we can use where the condition where is not used, but still the SSN and D name from two tables, that is a employee and department. It is extremely important when specifying any selection and join condition in the where clause. Otherwise, there will be a very incorrect and very large results may be result because we are not using a where clause. So in the same way, I want to select all. I want to select all third semester students. So that's what here, select star. Star, what it will do, it will select all third semester students. From which class? From third semester MCA. Same way. And from which department? From department 5. Department 5 is MCA department. So this can be given. Same way, I can give a name. Here we have given number. Instead of number also, we can give a name. So select star from employee and department where D name equal to research and department number is should be equal to department number. That's what the star can be used. So in the same way, distinct means removing the duplicates, we are using a distinct. In the same way, set operation, union, intersection and minus can also be used. And we have seen about a nesting of queries. So nesting of queries is what? Query within one more query is called as a nested query. Then we have seen about the exist function, whether my value is there in that particular exist function or not. That is what select first name, last name from the employee where exists, select star from department where SSN and first dependent name from the first name should be there. So that's what here exist function will be doing. And not exist. What is this not exist will be doing? Select first name, last name from employee where not exist, select star from dependent where SSN is equal to ESSN. That is what is a exist function will be doing. So then the enumerator, something like from a set I want so many things. So that's what here select distinct ESSN from works on where P number equal to 1, 2, 3. That is what project number is equal to 1, 2, 3. Null in a SQL. So can I use, if I don't know any value, then we write it as a null. So then SQL allows queries that checks if a value is null, missing or undefined or not applicable. SQL uses is or is not to compare null values. Nulls because it considers each null value distinct from other null. So equality comparison is not appropriate. Select first name, last name from employee where super SSN is a null. So that's what here null will be used. We can even use a join operator, what we have used in a relational thing, any join. So that's what here, this is a simple thing where we have not used a join. The same query can be written using a left outer join. So that's what the example says to here. In the same way, this query can be written like this, can also be written like this. So that's what we have just seen in the last class. And even we have seen about how to join a project and a department table. From these two, I want what columns I want. We want a project number, D number, last name, birth date from a address, and D number equal to D number. Join employees on manager social security number is equal to security number, where P location is equal to Stanford. So that's what here we are seeing this. Then even we have seen about a aggregate function, that is count, sum, max, min, and average. So how do we use? Select maximum salary, select minimum salary, average salary from the employee. That is what the aggregate function will be doing. So then how about the aggregate function? Select the maximum salary, select minimum salary, select average salary from employee table or department table where D number equals to D number and department name equal to research. Then that's what here maximum salary will be done. In the same way, count function, select count from the employee. I want to know how many students are there in a third semester. Then we can write something like this, select count star from the employee, which will give us the count. This will give you complete BMSIT employees, but I don't want complete BMSIT employee. I want only MCA department employees. Then we can give something like this. Instead of research, we can give department name equal to MCA. Then only the employees who are working for MCA department will be fetched from here. So next we have seen about subqueries. Queries within query is called as a subqueries. That is what here select list from table where expression as operator. That is select list from the table. That is what a subquery is. So then a subquery is a select statement that is embedded in a clause of another select statement. You can place the subqueries in number of SQL clauses, that is where clause, having clause, and a from clause. So using the subqueries, select employee name from employee where salary is greater than this much. I want employees. This is fetching, and we have seen types of subqueries. That is a single row subquery, multiple row subquery, multiple column subqueries. Then when you are using a single row, we can use these many operators. So, and we have seen how to write a single row subquery. And executing a single row subqueries, how do we use? Here we can see a job as well as salary. Job is designation of a particular person and the salary of that particular person, and his name and job should be displayed. That's what here this is being displayed. And using a group by function, a subquery, and how do we group? We can use a group based on the minimum salary. In this also minimum salary and using a having clause. And having class properties we have seen. Then multiple row, in that case we can use a in, any, and all. So first is in, so in this we want. So in the same way, any, we have seen this, and all. And these are some of the assignments what I am giving you. I'm giving you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 assignments. You have to write a queries and submit. So I'll stop here. We'll continue in the next class. The people who have not taken the quiz can take the quiz, complete the thing. 1910. Asta, answer your attendance. Asta. Asta is present. Abhinav.
Present, ma'am.
Aishwarya.
Present, ma'am.
Amrish.
Yes, ma'am.
Anu.
Present, ma'am.
Arbaz.
Present.
Sir, our last class absent, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Arjun.
Present, ma'am.
Ashok.
Present, ma'am.
Benita.
Present, ma'am.
Bhargavi. Bhavishya.
Present, ma'am.
Chaitra.
Present, ma'am. Ma'am, present, ma'am.
Bhargavi present.
Present, ma'am.
Debmalai. Diksha.
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Deepika.
Present, ma'am. Diksha, present, ma'am.
Yeah. Deepika.
Ma'am, Devmallo, present, ma'am.
Yes, Debmalai, why you are not regularly coming for the classes? So many classes you have bunked. Huh? And you have not shown the program also. Lab program.
Yeah, ma'am. Next lab, I'll show the program.
Deepika LG. Deepika MP.
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Both are present. Murli Krishna.
Present, ma'am.
Gangubai.
Present, ma'am.
Pujia.
Present, ma'am.
Harshit.
Present, ma'am.
Junjar.
Present, ma'am.
Kavya.
Present, ma'am.
Kishore. Lata.
Yes, ma'am.
Manisha.
Present, ma'am.
Manjunath.
Yes, ma'am.
Nayana.
Present, ma'am.
Nilanjan.
Yes, ma'am.
Nilanjan, since from long time you were not coming, sir. Nishant.
Present, ma'am.
Pavitra.
Present, ma'am.
Maithili.
Present, ma'am.
Priyanka.
Present, ma'am.
Pavan.
Present, ma'am.
Akash.
Present, ma'am.
Rajeshwari.
Present, ma'am.
Rakesh.
Present, ma'am.
Ramya.
Present, ma'am.
Rashmi.
Present, ma'am.
Ravi.
Yes, ma'am.
Rizwan.
Present, ma'am.
Vishal.
Present, ma'am.
Savita.
Yes, ma'am.
Shruti. Sneha.
Yes, ma'am.
Spurti.
Present, ma'am.
Srinidhi.
Present, ma'am.
Srinivas.
Present, ma'am.
Sunil.
Present, ma'am.
Sunil. Last class absent.
Ma'am, present,
Sunil.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Vaishnavi.
Present, ma'am.
Vinny.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. So you complete the quiz in the chat window. 1 or 2 minutes will take a time. Then we'll stop here and we'll continue the next class with the 4th module. So 1, 2, 3 module is completed. So next we move on to the 4th module. So 4th module is functional dependencies. How the this one is dependent. How the tables are dependent. What are the values dependent on each other. So this will start in the next class. Functional dependency will start in the next class. So meanwhile, 2 or 3 minutes I'll give you a time. So you people can complete the quiz. 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . And we could take a 5 minutes break, then join for the next class. Yes? Yes, Shruti.
It's me, Shruti.
Oh, yeah.
MCA 16.
Yeah. Yeah, Shruti. Uh-huh. What? You didn't answer, so you want me to check your attendance. Okay, marked. Anybody else whose attendance is not marked? Yeah, Shruti marked. Asta, Kishore, okay. So we'll stop here. We'll continue in the next case.